Welcome back. Today, we're diving into a single, powerful verse from the Bhagavad Gita. It's a moment where Arjuna points out the blindness of his enemies, but in doing so, he reveals a critical blind spot of his own.
So let's just set the scene. We're on the battlefield. Arjuna is standing there right between these two massive armies, and he is just filled with this deep hesitation. He looks across at his opponents and sees them as being driven by one thing and one thing only: greed.
Now, before we unpack it, let's just listen to the verse itself in the original Sanskrit. This is what Arjuna says.
यद्यप्येते न पश्यन्ति lobhopahata-cetasaḥ kula-kṣaya-kṛtaṁ doṣaṁ mitra-drohe च pātakam.
yady न पश्यन्ति lobhopahata-cetasaḥ kula-kṣaya-kṛtaṁ doṣaṁ mitra-drohe च pātakam.
So what is Arjuna actually saying here? Well, he's making a pretty heavy accusation against his own family on the other side. Let's break down his words.
Arjuna's point is this. His opponents, the Kauravas, they just can't see the fault in what they're doing. And why not? Because their minds are, and this is the key phrase, lobhopahata-cetasaḥ, completely overpowered, totally consumed by greed. He says this greed makes them blind to the unbelievable evil of destroying their own family and to the terrible sin of betraying their friends and kin.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting. We get this brilliant insight from the philosopher Adi Śaṅkarācārya, who looks at what's going on inside Arjuna's head during this whole breakdown.
So Śaṅkarācārya points out this incredible dynamic. While Arjuna is 100% correct in his diagnosis of his enemies, they are blinded by greed, he himself is acting from a place of moha. That's his own profound grief and delusion. His own ability to see clearly, to discriminate, has been totally overwhelmed by his personal sorrow.
And this right here, this illustrates such a crucial point about self-awareness, and it's really the heart of this verse. Here's the core takeaway. Seeing the blindness in other people doesn't magically fix your own inner confusion. Arjuna is right. His opponents are blinded by greed. But pointing that out doesn't give him clarity. He's failing to recognize that his own judgment is just as clouded, just not by greed, but by his overwhelming grief.
And this whole line of thinking, the fact that his enemies are blind, it pushes Arjuna to ask a critical question, which only makes his crisis even deeper.
He takes his logic one step further. In the very next verse, he's going to explain exactly why he thinks he and his brothers, the ones who can see the horror of it all, should be the ones to just step away from this fight.
And it's this question, right? A question that's born from seeing the flaws in others so clearly, while struggling with your own confusion. That's what sets the stage for the profound teaching that is about to come.